Tonight, there was always a chance that the pole horse would get crossed. He didn't get crossed, he actually galloped, which certainly enabled a few other horses to get into the race. Many thought you might be able to work to the front. That didn't pan out that way, and then he just was too good at the finish.
Yeah, Robbie, didn't quite know what was going to happen early, and a few different scenarios unfolded, and we were lucky enough to drop onto the leader's back and sat in there quite well and got the job done. Bit of a step up in class for him tonight, so it was nice to see him put his head out.
Yeah, we've seen him, I suppose, a little bit one-dimensional in the point that he likes to bowl along. Tonight it was nice that he was able to sit in and still finish off well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's been dominant in the stands when he's had a little bit on them, and tonight was always going to be a bit different. Good even field, not necessarily going to be in front, or if he was going to had to have worked pretty hard to get there. So it was really nice to have him sit in behind. I think apart from winning at Terang when he was outside the leader and the leader galloped on the home turn, every other time that he's won, he's led. So it was nice to see him come from behind.
Well done with Save Our Pennies. Came up with the nice draw for this horse tonight, and Gavin Lang certainly from the word go used the initiative to kick forward. I'm not sure whether you wanted to sit on the back of Chiron, but Dacre turned up, and I think you were still happy to sit behind him, and Robbie Zoo, I should say, and he just kept running along for you and got you to where you needed to, and the horse finished off well.
Yeah, well, on paper, Rob, it appeared pretty level sort of a race, and it sort of looked important that I was able to hold up early. And I mean, it's always hard to know how the track's going to play when it's been so wet, but it seems, well, I'm very happy with it tonight. Let's put it that way. It was no disadvantage. Well, in saying that, that's two behind the leaders that won the first two races. So, but yeah. Always been a nice horse, this one. Dad's always taken him along quietly and always said that one day he'd, he's always had the feeling that he'd be a nice enough horse and win a good race. So, today he did.
Back from a spell, and all three have been terrific. Had to do it a bit tougher than probably you would have wanted to, Chris, but to the horse's credit, he was very strong and got the job done.
Yeah, he's a lovely big fella. He, just tries his hardest, and there was a bit of speed on early, and one stuck three wide. So, sort of the plan to get around to the breeze went out the door. So, just had to sort of come with one run, and he was big and strong. He just sort of knocks off when he goes to the front, but if something challenged him, he would have got going.
No, he's been a lovely horse, and hopefully progressed now to bigger and better things.
Yeah, well, he was, right up there with the good 3-year-olds last year, and no reason this year why he won't do the same.
All right, how's the rest of the night looking for you, Chris?
I've got Nostravilla. She's racing well and dropping in grade a bit tonight. Ride High in the last. He's a really nice horse. Whirly School's drawn a bit tricky inside the back, but she's so honest you can't dismiss her if she gets the right run. And Hold On Sue's sort of drawn bad in not a bad field.
Terrific performance by Rockin' Shiraz, his 4-year-old mare, recording her fourth win from 18 starts. She's done a fantastic job so far in her short career. She's been a little bit naughty at different stages, but one thing about her when she's on song, especially over the short course, draws the front. We see what she showed tonight. It's what she's capable of, and well done, Dave.
Thanks, Rob. Yeah, no, she's a real short course horse with plenty of gate speed, and 58. That's a PB, so that's one of the race.
Yeah, she kept it all together tonight and was on the job well.
Yeah, she was. She, last couple of runs have been good, but over the longer trip and, as I say, back to the short course, it really suited her.
Yeah, and big group of owners. They're all having a great time.
Yeah, Racer Pace has been great for harness racing. They've been fantastic supporters of our stable, and this filly is really rewarding her. So rewarding them. So she's been a converted pacer. She's done a great job. Yeah, she was a little naughty early, but she's really come in hand, and hopefully she'll just get a bit better.
What's the plan for this horse?
I suppose she's eligible for the 4-year-old size, and we'll go and have a look at them, but she's probably just one rung below the good ones, so we'll just go through our classes and let these people have a lot more fun, hopefully.
What an amazing performance by Beresari. I think what makes it even more more special. I mean, you go back through the honour roll. This horse won this race back in 2015. So we're going back now 4 years from 3 years from here, and to come back, you don't see mares win these races and 3 years later come back and win it again. That's pretty special.
Yeah, usually if they do that, they win them every year in a row. But yeah, she's an amazing animal, and didn't really want to be outside Amaretto tonight with the big one next week, but just the way it panned out, everything went wrong early, and Karen got a good run through, and then she got pulling, and that's more reason I didn't want to be outside her. But she's just a wonderful mare, this mare, and it's going to be hard to beat her next week.
Well, the form line for the Angelique Club pace is that you win this race, you normally go on and have a great chance in winning the Queen of Pacific. We saw the Orange Angel do it, and you go back, there's Make Mine Cullen. There's quite a number of horses that have won this race and then backed it up with the big one. And that Group 1's eluded her, but really, right now, she goes into next week's race with every possible hope.
Yeah, that's right. You know, considering everything goes good during the week, and she pulls up well, which she's sort of such a bonny mare. Nothing seems to worry her. She has hard run after hard run, and she just keeps fronting up week in and week out, and she's a marvel. But yeah, we're pretty excited come next week.
Well done, Chris. Another very good performance by this filly. The record speaks for itself, and joins a few of the stablemates who have won this race in recent years. Of course, Tell Me Tales, Heaven's Trend, and of course Shake It Mama as well, going back a few years ago. So it's been a good race for the Emma Stewart team, and made it 3 in a row.
Yeah, no, she's great little filly. She just had terrible draws in the last few starts, and it's just good that she could have a nice confidence-boosting win tonight.
She travelled strong all the way through.
Yeah, she's really good in front, and she gets driven hard all the time, but she has got speed. So one day they'll go hard, and we'll be able to sit her back and see how good she can get home. But just hasn't been that sort of circumstance lately, and she's still going to be right up there in the size and Breeders' Crown again this year.
Well done, Rodney.
Yeah, thanks very much, Rob. It's I'd just like to thank Johnny for giving me a go, and it's paid off. We had a bit of luck in the run, and she did the rest. So I think she'll make a better 3-year-old than she is 2-year-old, but we'll just go through the motions.
You were pretty aggressive early. Looked there for quite a while. That you had the intentions of possibly holding the front. You surrendered the lead, but it turned out okay.
Yeah, I did. Johnny's horses generally leave the gate well, and we probably went a bit quicker than I thought. So, you let the favourite go, and, as I said, we had a bit of luck around the bend when he went to the outside, went to the inside, and, just jumped the peg, unfortunately for him. But, it worked out good for us.
Well, very good effort. Got into the right race here tonight and finished off really strong.
Yeah, that's right, Rob. He was an eye-catching run last week when he was held up on the fence and finished home really good. So that run was sort of a bit of a confidence booster going into the night. It looked to drop back in grade. We just needed a bit of pace on early, which there was, and he done the rest.
He's seems to be a bit happy and not driven out of the gate, just allowed to settle early.
Yeah, that's right. I probably fell into the trap a bit with him early when he drew inside gates, asking a little bit of him and probably overdriving him mid-race. I think he's just one-dimensional sit sprinter, and, we've driven him like that sort of his last 4 or 5 runs, and he seems to be taking a lot of benefit out of it.
All right, well done. Getting the job done. Looks an impressive type, Chris, and going places.
Yeah, he just seems to be getting better and better now. He's getting a bit of racing into him, and he'll be right up there with the better 3-year-olds, I think.
All right, we won't keep him wobbly. Made it all the way up to Sydney.
Yeah, no, he travelled up early this morning and settled in well, so all going good for tomorrow.